Hi, everybody. This is going to be a little presentation, only me. I'll introduce myself, and then I'll tell you a great announcement that we're doing. So my name is Ana Valdez. I'm the executive president of the Latino Donor Collaborative. From the people that brought you the GDP report this morning, we are excited. We always do reports that show the value of the Latino community in the economy of the United States, and that one was our latest one. We're really excited. But more importantly, I'm here to talk with you about our next one. And it has to do with everything that you've heard in the last 3 hours. Media. So I'm not going to give you the data, although we already have it, but I'm going to tell you that on the first week of November, we're going to launch an amazing report. It's going to be called the Latinos on Primetime Network, Over the Top, and Films. I'm going to start saying, why do we need this? As you have heard in the last 3 hours, there is not enough representation. And I think that we would all agree that there are not enough people looking like us, acting like us, and with our values and our great qualities. So we've heard that, right? And the worst part is that that's bad business. Because when you have a community that is growing at the levels that we've heard already all through the morning, that is 18% of all Latinos in this country, 21% of all the millennials in this country, and 25% of all Latino Gen Zs in this country, please tell me that it's good business not to ignoring them. The truth is, we need people to start representing us, not only because we want them, but because it's good for their business and it's good for the economics of this country. So, what is the Latino Donor Collaborative doing? Because we've heard a lot of reports about it. We've heard, from USC and from UCLA and from Columbia University saying, there is a need for this report, right? There is a need for more representation, and there is a need to tell the stories of Latinos. But the Latino Donor Collaborative is going to go one step ahead. And what we're going to report is exactly how many lead actors and actresses do networks, digital platforms, and films have. We're going to report how many lead writers do they have and how many directors. And how is this different? I'm going to tell you an example of how important it is to report leads and not actors in general. An actor for the industry, for the media industry, is the guy that on the show is dispensing coffee in the cafeteria of the company and says, "Here's your coffee, ma'am." That guy is not changing the narrative. The real people that are changing the narrative are leads, the heroes, the guys that get the girl, the ones that save the city that is on fire, the detective that finds the criminal. That is the real heroes. Those are the real heroes, and those are the ones that we care for, and those are the ones that we're going to measure. All the other reports before just measure acting. That's not good enough for us. We want people that will actually change the way people talk about us. And those are the leads. That's in the side of the actors and actresses, on the side of the writers. And why the writers? Because the writers are the ones that tell the stories. They're the ones that bring to the writer's room the stories that you live in your homes every day that are not being told. La abuelita, la tía, La chancla, all those need to be represented. So those are the writers that are going to bring, the real change. Directors, the same, right? Filmography, it's the film artist that really catches the emotion, that catches the bond between the mom and the daughter, that catches the attachment to probably countries where we came from. That's important. So that's the difference between our report coming up the first week of November in Los Angeles and the second week of November in New York. Again, we've heard from others, and we're bringing a unique point of view. But we're actually, at the LDC, we're going one step further. This is what you'll see in the report, which you'll never see before. And let me tell you something before we see the report. The LDC GDP report that we've heard about all morning is great. All of you understand it. All of you are business people. All of you are very concerned with, the economic side of our country. All of you want growth. You are business people. This report will be interesting for everybody, not only for business people. This report will be interesting for your children, for your friends, for your non-Latino friends, because we'll go deeper into it. And for example, we'll report specifically the investment in money that studios and broadcast and cable channels are doing on Latinos. So for example, the first one, which is Broadcast Network, our report will say, of the total number of shows on prime time this season, because we'll do it by season, 3 times a year you'll hear this from us. So of the total number of shows this season, what percentage of the shows had a lead that is Latino? And we'll do it by network. So we'll be able to tell you CBS this season had 3% or 10% of their shows with Latino lead. And we'll know exactly where everybody stands. We're not doing this to get back at the networks or because we want to boycott them. We're doing this to help them understand their business opportunity. We're actually partnering with some of the studios for this. So this is not a report that will be there to crucify anybody. It'll be there for everybody to do good business. Programmers in this room will be able to go to the studios and say, hey, 25% of Gen Zs don't see themselves in your network. Do you want me to make a show for you? Writers will be able to say, I think you're about to get a showrunner for a new show. I should be on it. CEOs who are actually our very good friends of the LDC will be able to tell the reports, this is the way to do it, because we're not doing it yet. So we're gonna do this for networks, but we're gonna do that also by platform. And we're right now focusing on the 3 big ones, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. And from all the shows and all the films that they will release, we're gonna see how many of them have Latinos. And the same with the 7 most important studios. I'm gonna backtrack myself a little bit to tell you that for the last 4 years, you saw Kevin Riley right now, and you saw Tony Vinciquera, and you saw some talent, fantastic talent here. For the last 4 years, we've actually met one-on-one with them. They're business people, right? I mean, the color of their skin really doesn't have much to do with business. So they understand that our community is very important for them. Some of them describe it as their gold mine because it hasn't been discovered to some, right? So they have amazing reception of our meetings. We sit with them. The meeting is supposed to last for 2 hours, and it lasts sometimes for an afternoon. And they want more, and they communicate with us, and they ask for our new reports. And we have a really great partnership with them. They realize that we are really the biggest opportunity. So they ask us to come back. And when we have done it already many times, they want us to share with their reports, people that are actually making decisions under them, the information. The same, they love it. People, their VPs, people reporting to them love the information. And 3 or 4 months later, the CEO calls us and says, you know what? Love your information, my people are on board, but there is not enough talent. And whoever is in media in this room would have heard that 1,000 times because it's so frustrating. Please welcome the LDC founder and chairman, Sol Trujillo, and the co-founder of Latitude and founder of NAREP, Gary Acosta.
The only reason why we're here is part of the reason is that Ana has been working so hard at trying to make sure that we have these reports from the Latino Donor Collaborative. We had the GDP report, and what we've talked about is essentially this media report. And as Ana already said, so I'm not going to cover same territory, but it's just to say that, look, we want people to understand their opportunity. We want them to see how they're doing. And so getting a report out there that tracks it, and Ana's brokered a relationship with the mayor of forget what I just said. But anyways, the point is that we have a lot on the agenda, and Ana, unfortunately, we have some people that we're late about 45 minutes now in terms of the program, and I know you have time left here.
Okay, but please keep your eyes open. First week of November, second week of November for this report. It's really important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so just a quick comment. It really is exciting what Ana's been working on here, and it's really going to be something important to look for. And then it's going to be an annual feature here at Latitude, just like it is right now with a preview, let's call it, the preview of the coming attraction. But it's going to be big, and we're going to make it sure that everybody's always having these conversations, because this will be a brokerage place for talent and companies to be able to do business, and that's part of the vision that Gary and I have talked about from the beginning, where in this space and other spaces throughout that we'll make that happen. So please give Ana a big thanks for this morning, for what she's talking about now, because it's going to be driving opportunity. So Ana, thank you.